A letter to my younger self. Dear little CB, I look at pictures of you and I see the innocent smile of a little girl, and behind it I know there was so much more. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, but I also know that not a single one of these pictures could tell your whole story. I look today at a picture of a sweet 6-year-old ballerina and know that you had already been through so much. Your first memory at 2 years old was seeing your father, as known as Daddy Steve, with another woman, not knowing that he and your mother were already separated and that a divorce was coming soon. Not long after, Daddy Steve moved to the Philippines and then to Thailand indefinitely. You had been sexually molested by someone who was hired by your stepdad to help around the house, since both your stepdad and mom were always working around the clock. Your feelings of confusion and abandonment were way too much for that 6-year-old ballerina to really understand and wrap her tiny head around. When I look back at you, I'm so glad you had ballet. From the time you started at 4 years old, dance was always the thing that helped you cope. It didn't matter if you were awkward in school or social settings, painfully shy and insecure when you walked into Menlo Dance Academy. You were definitely in your element. You finally felt at home, having dance to look forward to every single Saturday morning, even though you will always hate waking up early in the morning. It's what made you get through the week. It gave you purpose, and dance in general is not only going to provide you with happiness and success, but most importantly of all, it will help you heal. I know that you missed your mom a lot in those days. I know that it was hard for you to understand why she wasn't always there to make you breakfast, drop you off at school, and give you a kiss goodbye, wishing you a beautiful day. Why she couldn't read you a bedtime story, tucking you into bed at night, and I know that you were scared that she didn't love you. I really wish that you could see how much she truly did. Your mom was working so hard trying to make ends meet and give you a life that she only dreamed of when she was your age, growing up in extreme poverty in her province in the Philippines, Nueva Ecija. She loves you so much that she sacrificed her own desire to spend time with you in order to build you both a better future. She wanted more for you than the life of hardship that she had. I know it's hard to see when you're so little, but the hard-working, independent woman that she was will definitely influence so much of the woman that you will eventually become. Someday you will be so thankful for the lessons that she has taught you in those years, but as you grow up, I wish I could tell you to not let the fears of abandonment, self-worth, trust, or vulnerability affect your future relationships, even though I know they will. All I wish for is that I could help you see it differently than I know you did then. Your mom's time away wasn't all work, and I know it was hard for you to understand why she spent so much time building a new relationship. But as you grow up, you will be so grateful that she found the man she did. Bob, the one who picks you up in his fancy soft-top convertible Porsche, will become one of the most influential people in your life. Someday he will be the man who walks you down the aisle. He may not be your father by blood, but he is very much your dad. And his daughter Mandy will be somebody you look up to so much, and you will learn a lot from watching her grow. I know you want to be just like her, and how could you not? She's like a living and breathing Barbie doll. Every day you'll try your hardest to impress her. You'll even steal her piano music while she's at school so that you can learn it first. You'll copy the way she moves and the way she talks, but no matter how hard you try, she always seems so much cooler in your eyes. I'll never forget the time you were racing her and Bob to the car across an icy parking lot after seeing the Nutcracker like you did during every Christmas as a family. You were in your fancy but itchy dress, thanks to Mom, patent leather T-strap shoes and tights to keep warm. No surprise here, but you were so competitive, and all you wanted was to be seen and to impress Mandy. Instead of winning, you ended up falling down and sliding under the car. You were so embarrassed, and everyone was laughing. Bob helped you out, but if you had it your way, you would have stayed under that fancy soft-top convertible Porsche forever. Or, how about when the four of you went to visit your daddy Steve in Thailand? What's great is that your mom always made it a point to make sure that no matter what, you always had a close relationship with your dad, even if that meant bringing her boyfriend Bob and his daughter Mandy along for the ride and flying across the world. even though Daddy Steve is more of a night owl, as you will also grow up to be, by the way. One afternoon, he took you guys out to see the elephants and baby monkeys. At the time, which you will soon understand is total animal abuse, there was a tug-of-war game being played with about 20 people pulling a long rope on one side and a huge elephant pulling on the other. In between the two was the biggest, smelliest piece of elephant poop ever. Not understanding what will be going on, you decide to join the game, but of course only if Mandy will do it with you. After all, you want both dads, your mom, and your new perfect Barbie doll of a sister to see how strong you really are. Cut to the host of this cruel game blowing the whistle, and there you'll go, pulling with all of your strength and making sure that your eyes are on Mandy and her beach blonde hair, following her every single move. All of a sudden, the host will blow that whistle again, and before you know it, it will be you against the elephant, and seconds later, you will find yourself dragged into that disgusting pile of elephant poop. This will end up being somewhat of a traumatic memory, which you will definitely carry for a lifetime, but guess who comes to your rescue once again? None other than Daddy number 2, Bob, who will hose you down and tell you how strong and impressed he was as you wipe away tears of embarrassment, which will be a familiar feeling for you at that point. There are going to be a lot more moments like this in your life, little CB. Things will embarrass you to your core. You'll question yourself for many years about why you have to be so weird and awkward, thinking that you're always the odd one out, and you'll wish you could just hide away, but you can't. Those are the moments you'll learn from, and they'll create a type of resilience that will set you apart, especially as you get older and start to love yourself. At the end of the day, you will know that when times are tough or challenging, you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move on. And what you don't know is that a lot of the time, the people you're trying to impress are actually struggling just as much or even more than you are, because after all is said and done, appearing to have it all doesn't mean that you actually do. You and Mandy will grow up together and experience some of the happiest and some of the most traumatic times together, and the day she chooses to move away to live with her mom, stepdad, and stepbrothers will be such a pivotal moment in your life. When My Sister Moved Out by Cheryl Burke. One of the most difficult times of my life was when my sister moved out. One day my sister said, "Hey Cheryl, I was thinking I might move out." When my sister said that, I ran downstairs to tell my mom and dad. My dad and my sister had a big fight. I was really angry because I didn't want my sister to move out. I didn't want to yell at my sister during the fight because I didn't think it would be right to yell because my sister is older than me. The next day, my family finally agreed that my sister could go live with her mom. My dad asked my sister if she really wanted to move out. My sister said yes. My mom and dad were crying, and also my sister. It was a very sad moment for my sister and my family. In fact, I was really sad too. Her mom said it was okay to move to Nevada with her, so after my sister got off the phone, she told my dad. My mom and dad approved, hopefully this is done soon, approved my sister to go live with her mom. So my sister went upstairs to pack, and of course, I had to help. Ugh. Then came the day when she had to go. All her friends went with her to the airport to say goodbye. My family went too. When the plane arrived, we started crying, and so did her friends. I did too. I was really, really sad. I wish she would never move. When my sister was in Nevada, she called me. Guess what? She had already met a lot of friends. She said she was much happier than she was here. I was happy for her. She said she already had a best friend. I knew she would make a lot of friends. Now she is very, very happy, and I was clearly troubled. Mandy leaving will change you, and the two of you will grow apart, but you will grow from it. It will help you to become your own person, not just a girl who is most comfortable living in someone else's shadow, and that will be one of the many life lessons you will learn and take with you forever. I wish you could just see what I see, but I know it will take time. You have so many amazing things ahead of you, little CB, and I can't wait for you to see what life has in store. Get ready to live a life full of lots of ups and downs, tons of adventure, and beautiful life lessons that you will be so eager to learn along the way, because after all, you will want to always strive to be the best version of yourself that you can be. I wish you could believe in yourself like I now believe in you. Love you, Cheryl.